Hey there, welcome in. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to look at the energy of the upcoming week, which is March 2nd through the 8th, 2026. So, welcome in. Thanks for being here, and I hope you are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's happening. All right, so we're going to look at the main energy or theme of the week. Where you get your motivation, what drives you this week, outside influences, the challenges that may come up this week, and then the outcome. A little distracted by a cat. How are you guys? I hope you are doing well. All right, so looking at the energy of this upcoming week. Main energy of this week. We got the moon. I'm not surprised by that. Where you get your motivation. Outside influences. Challenge. I didn't mean to turn that over, but that's what I did. And outcome. All right. Interesting that both cards have the moon on it. So overall energy this week, we've got the moon card, and we do have a full moon this Tuesday and a lunar eclipse. So expect the energy to be pretty intense. Yeah, a lot isn't super clear this week. You know, it's just going to be one of those weeks. I do feel like a lot will be revealed towards the end of the week. It could be an emotional week. I'm kind of expecting it to be an emotional week. Take great care of yourself, prioritize yourself. I think it would be really helpful to have an intention for this week. I mean, that's helpful all the time. But what is your intention for this week? I think that is a great way to stay focused, especially when we have weeks or days when the energy is really strong, and it is very powerful this week. So set an intention for this week. How do you want to feel? I like setting intentions based on how I want to feel, but if you have a goal or something that you want to accomplish, set an intention. I want to pull a clarifier on this moon card. What else can we know? I'm hearing confusion. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is intentional confusion being spread. I don't quite know. I feel like there's a lot of disruptive energy this week. Let's pull a clarifier. What else do we need to know about this moon card? What else do we need to know? I can hear my cat meowing. She really wants some attention. Ten of Swords, you know, not a bad card. Overcoming challenges. I do feel like once we get into next week, the energy will be a little lessened. It'll be, it will feel a little more clear. Eclipses are really powerful, so that energy does tend to linger a little bit. It'll be interesting to see. But this does feel more like confusion and people intentionally being disruptors, you know? That's what this feels like. Where do you get your motivation this week? We have the Emperor card. Major Arcana card here. Nice card. I like this. And this goes into that set an intention for this week. What motivates you is taking the lead, staying focused on your goals, what you want to accomplish. And I think that's why setting an intention for this week would be really powerful. I keep hearing minding your own business. Don't get involved with gossip or drama or anything like that. Just really um, stay focused on your tasks. Stay focused on what you need to accomplish. Stay focused also on lifting people up if you can. Um, yeah, there's just a lot of, people struggling right now. It's a tough start to the year for sure. But I do like this Emperor card. That also tells me that you have the drive and motivation to overcome any challenges that come up this week. You're feeling very empowered. It's a really nice energy here. I like that. Outside influences, what's going on around you? We have the Daughter of Wands here with a snake. This does feel like the disruptor energy that I was feeling. And this is the energy outside of you, outside influences that you don't really have control over. That's what this card is representing. It kind of feels like someone that is purposely starting fires. They are purposely just trying to get at you. So how are you going to handle that? It's best to have a plan. I just really hate that. I hate this kind of energy. Clarifier on the Daughter of Wands here. What else do we need to know about this energy here? And it's interesting because it almost kind of feels like this person thinks that it's funny, or that that they're being fun and playful, but they really aren't. It's not being received that way, and I don't feel like their intention is for it to be playful. I feel like if you were to call them out on it, that's what they would say. They're just trying to be, they were just kidding or playing around. We got the Page of Pentacles here too. We have 2 pages. Yeah, just immature, an immature person here. Or people. We've got another page here. Well, that will be interesting. You guys will have to let me know what you encounter, what challenges you encounter this week. I'm interested to see how this plays out. The challenge this week, we have the Nine of Wands. This is feeling overwhelmed. This is almost the energy of wanting to give up. That's the challenge here. And I feel like that's why having an intention this week is going to be really important. Give yourself space. Allow yourself to have some breathing space. Schedule some downtime. I also feel like even if emotionally you're doing okay, physically, you could just be feeling really drained and tired. So that's the challenge here. So just keep that in mind. Allow yourself space. And it's okay to say no. Don't overbook yourself. I feel like I've been saying that every week. But there's so much going on. And I don't think we fully appreciate how much that can drain us physically. It's a lot of energy, especially around the eclipse too. That's a lot. It's a lot of energy. And I love the energy of eclipses. I think it feels very magical. I do feel like this one could feel more draining than normal. I find them quite energizing, but I can already feel and sense a little bit of anxiety coming up. And this eclipse happens Tuesday, early Tuesday morning. Outcome of this week. Well, crap. Outcome of this week. It's almost like a surrender type energy. We've got the Eight of Cups here. This talks about walking away from a situation that no longer serves you, that you've grown out of. This could be, I can literally see people just like, walking out of their job or walking out of whatever situation. It's just kind of like I give up, or I surrender, or I've had enough of this. And eclipses can do that. They can bring in energy that helps push you out of a situation. Eclipses usually take things out. They take energies out. They take you out of situations. It's not always comfortable. But I do, with this energy here, it feels like a resolution. So if any of you are contemplating making a change, or maybe you've been a little hesitant to make a change, I feel like by the end of this week, you'll have a lot of clarity and be ready to make that change. Well, I kind of don't want to like end it there. This is just kind of we've got just a challenging week here. I just want to take a look at some of the numbers really quick, see what we've got going on here. Yeah, dang it. I am hearing that you will have a lot of clarity by the end of this week. There is a lot of clarity coming in, and it's not just clarity, but it's like the motivation to make the changes. We have a lot of watery energy. We are in Pisces season, so I mean, that does make sense. But there is a lot of watery energy here, and that can make it difficult to make decisions, or to have a lot of clarity, and then also have the motivation to make the change. Although you do have the Emperor card here, suggesting that you do have the motivation, and change is what motivates you and drives you this week. So I do really like that. Let's just go ahead. I'm going to pull an Oracle card as well, but I just want to pull one more card for you for this week. Any additional advice and guidance? If you have black tourmaline or kyanite crystals, jewelry, I would wear that. Kyanite, black tourmaline, what's the other one I'm thinking of? Shungite would be another great crystal to work with, or jewelry to wear, just to help filter the energy. I think that would be those are really helpful crystals. Nice. We've got the star, so don't lose hope. Things are going to get better. It could be a little bit of a bumpy week, but things are going to get better. I love that we have the star card here. Aquarius energy, asking you to have faith, to not give up, keep going. Good things are coming in. So that's something to look forward to. I do really like that energy, though, of the star. That's a great card. We'll stick her right in the middle there. Let's go ahead and pull an Oracle card. Final message for this upcoming week. And thanks so much for being here, you guys. And if you wouldn't mind liking the video if you've liked it, and subscribing, I would really appreciate it. All right, final message for this week. And I do hope that you have a fantastic week, and I'm wishing you all the best. Let's see what we get here. Awakening. Yeah, especially with that moon card there. And also the Eight of Cups, this energy of walking away. I feel like you're going to have a lot of clarity this week. Card number 5, it says awakening. A lot of epiphanies and clarity will come in towards the end of the week, possibly into the next week. And you're going to be really motivated to make these changes. So listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, pay attention to patterns and signs that come up this week. All right, you guys, have a wonderful week. I will talk to you soon. If you'd like to book a one-on-one, my info is below. Take great care. I'll talk to you soon.